Hey, good morning. Today I wanted to get you an update on what we talked about last week, which was the avigation easements. If you're buying land near an airport, or you're getting ready to build a custom home near an airport, or really build any structure near an airport, you're going to want to look into an avigation easement. And then I also want to get you an update on the FAA requirements and what that time frame looks like. So what we have found out since checking with the County of San Diego, and this is something that is really important that you check with, or check on before you buy the land, is the avigation easement. Is that already on the property? Then when you pull a title report, you will see if this is here. So this particular property that we're working with right now, this home had a burn down on it. So we talked about last week. So the Witch Creek fire destroyed a home on this property. And what we have found is that we actually have an email from the head planner at the San Diego County Building Department stating in 2013, when this property was purchased from a prior owner, obviously, that was not the original owner when the home burned down, and it said that there was not going to be an avigation easement required due to the fact that it was a burned down property. However, the county now is saying that it is being required because it was not an owner, the original owner when the home burned down. So this particular property had sold it, I think, either 2, 3, or 4 times as a vacant lot after the home had burned in the Witch Creek fire, which was in 2007. So even though we have this email stating that it is not going to need a navigation easement, they are now requiring it to happen because the original owner was not the one requesting the rebuild on the home. So it's something that you are going to have to do, a navigation easement, get it recorded against the property in order to get a building permit to build a home if you're near an airport. So you definitely got to take that into consideration. Check with the County of San Diego and do all of this, and check with the FAA and the airport and make sure that you can get a permit based on the location of this home and the height of the home that you're building before you close on the land. So you want to do this during the due diligence process and make really sure that they're going to allow you to build, because you could definitely have an issue with buying a piece of dirt and then not being able to actually build on it. So, okay, so that's an update on the avigation easement, and that they are going to require us to do that. Now, there is a deposit you have to put in. I think it's like $600 or $700 with the county, and then they start working on the paperwork to get this done. So there's some money involved to actually get that taken care of. Now, the other step that we have gone through on this property is one of the corrections from the County of San Diego Planning Department was we had to submit a electronic submittal to the FAA online that essentially told them the elevation of the lot, of the pad, because there's an existing house pad on this property. And then it told them how tall the structure was. So this particular structure is about 27 feet tall. And so it essentially gives them, this is the elevation. This one was particularly 1,623 feet above sea level, and then add 27 feet to that. And that was the finished elevation of that home, and they want to know that so if it's going to affect flight patterns of airplanes, potential hazards. So what happened was we submitted this to them. They came back to us, and we actually, let me back up, we submitted our house plans with that as well as a PDF to show the structure so they can evaluate the structure and make sure that our elevation or heights are correct in that. So we did that. They came back, they rejected it. So we're going, okay, why did they reject this thing? We already had a house built on this property. So after calling them and emailing them back and forth, we determined that this is just a standard. They object all of them, and then they come back to you and say, you have to publicly circulate this in order for 37 days in order to make it known to the public for any objections, and then the FAA makes a ruling on it and says that you can build or not build. They told us that we could build because all these other homes are building in that area as well that have been rebuilt, and there was one on here already, but they said you have to go through this process. And then we had to send them an email essentially saying, please circulate this publicly. They posted on their website. It's up for comment, and at that point, once that time frame passes, they make a ruling, and then that correction, that's able to be looked up by the County of San Diego Planning Department. They're able to say, hey, it's okay. and then they sign off that correction on the planning correction list that we have from the county, and that satisfies that. So then we also have to get that Avigation easement in place before the planning department will completely sign off all the corrections on the planning. So a little bit of a process, but this is something that is really important to make sure that you get this done in the due diligence period of buying land. So if you're buying near an airport, this could really extend the due diligence time frame on getting these things in place and getting that done. I mean, 37 days just to get the FAA to sign off on something is significantly more than the typical 17 days that you'll see on a inspection period in a regular real estate contract. So make sure that you get this checked out. So hope that helps. We'll get you updates as things progress as this goes on. And if you want more information on how to buy land, build a custom home, build an ADU, or remodeling your home, you can visit our website at tfgonline.com. All right, thanks for your time today. Have a great rest of your day.